right? It's like you're an authority on something. It means that like you understand it majorly. So when you speak with authority about anything, it just means that you're speaking in a way where like you're very certain, you're very sure of things. And in our case, it means you're very certain about yourself. You're very sure of who you are. So speaking from a place of authority when you go into a set is not even speaking in a serious manner, but it's in a way where, as I always say, like, yo, like I'm fucking here right now. We're doing this shit, right? Like, hey, what's up? Hey, what are you guys like? What are you roommates or some shit? Hey, what's up? Yo, hey, excuse me. Hey, listen, sorry, my name's Josh. I saw you over here. I thought you were really fucking hot. I just wanted to come say what's up. It's like you're speaking from this place of like, I'm sure of who I am. I'm certain of myself versus most guys that are approaching with a limp dick. Most guys are approaching with this very soft, limp dick kind of like, you know, hey, I saw, hey, excuse me, sorry. What are you guys getting into tonight? What are you girls up to tonight? What are you up to tonight? No one cares. You don't care what they're up to. They know that you don't care what they're up to, right? So going in and bringing an energy and having that, you know, that clear, confident, concise communication is absolutely key to getting women to pay attention to you and to be like, oh, like this is someone worth listening to right now.
Hell yeah, that totally makes sense. Okay, definitely appreciate that.
You know where this dynamic is very, very strong, where you can see this dynamic very, very clearly. You can see this dynamic very clearly in frat bro culture. So what I mean by that is like Josh, you went to college, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Were you ever around like fraternities or like a bunch of like frat bros like hanging out?
There wasn't any frats at my school, but I would come down to an hour away to the U, and I went to a bunch of frat parties and stuff. So yeah, I definitely know the typical frat dude, and like I went to like some pike parties and Iowa State, and like there was literally one. It was crazy actually. I'm just gonna say one thing. And so like they said the juniors and seniors were too drunk, or they were at the bar, so they brought freshman girls, and we're all like juniors in college, and like so it was like probably like 20 of these pike kids, like 100 of these freshman girls, and like 20 people on the guest list. That was us, because my friend's girlfriend was a sorority chair on the other sorority. So it's just like a crazy dynamic.
Nice. That's awesome. So you'll see these guys in like a frat bro type situation, right? Where,
Yep.
you know, that's when like dudes are fucking, you know, they're young, they got the fucking testosterone surgeon, they're drunk, they're fucking like, you can almost see, you know, in like fraternity situations like that, you can really almost see that as a very unconscious, clear window into social dynamics in a lot of ways. And, you know, I've been around these situations many, many times in my life, and from living on OSU's campus for so long. And there's always just like a couple guys. It's not about their looks. It's literally like nothing to do with their looks. It's like, oh, these guys are like the leaders. These are the alphas. Like this dude who's like yelling and like roasting his boy across the room, and he's laughing. They're all laughing with each other. You know, he's loud. He's the one, like, maybe he's not even wearing a fucking shirt at the party, playing fucking beer pong, commanding attention. Like, this is the guy that everyone's fucking paying attention to. He's kind of the star of this situation. And then you've got all the other guys that are the bystanders and are the background characters. And you want to aim in these bar environments to be the star. You really want to aim to have that fucking like loud projecting voice over the bar. And you know what I think is one of the most damaging narratives on the planet? I truly believe this. I truly believe to guys that are trying to be social and be good with women, one of the most damaging narratives is this whole concept that people put out there of like the loudest one in the room is always the one with the least confidence. The loudest one in the room is always the most like insecure one, right? It's the guy over in the corner who's standing there in silence. He's the one that like, oh, I wonder what he has to say. That's fucking bullshit. And that narrative is put out there because 99% of the world are fucking loser incels. They're bitches, they're pussies. So you grew up as a little dork who thought, oh, I'm going to join a frat to be cool, to make friends. But you go to the frat, you're still a dork. And so now you've got Joe over here who's at the beer pong table wearing no shirt. He's doing a fucking beer bong. He's yelling, maintaining the pong table. He's fucking making out with this hot chick. And now you fucking tweet from your phone as a little dorky loser, the loudest one in the room is always the most insecure. He's the one that is really insecure about himself because he's so loud and confident, but it's fake. It's such a damaging narrative to guys trying to be more social and to be cool. And it's put forth out there by complete fucking losers. Same with the Hollywood narrative of, this loser, dorky, fat little nerd is the one that's going to get the girl in the end. Hey, you fat little nerd, it's okay. You just keep being your dorky little self. And Eva Mendes is going to wake up one day and she is just going to realize, oh, it was always you. I don't actually want the jacked, rich, charismatic guy with the sports car. No, it was always the fat little nerd. Yay. These narratives are so damaging and they've been so fucking programmed into us for so goddamn long that it's very hard to unwire the absolute bullshit created by nerd incels.
No, I like that, especially the second part, because yeah, they definitely do that to add like drama and intensity and be like, you can be the hero of your own life, like you don't need to change anything. But then like these people, then they don't change anything and they get the same results. Like you don't change anything, you're going to get the same results. So yeah,
Yes.
totally understand what you're saying.
Yes, absolutely. And then, you've got different people with different goals as well. If your goal is to maybe just, marry the next girl you talk to, and you find yourself in a lot of, if you find yourself in a ton of social settings at parties and big work events with tons of people, then yeah, maybe you don't need to like command the room and stand out and whatever, because now who you're looking for is also, maybe the calm, quiet, nerdy girl that's just like you in a lot of ways, or more reserved. And so you two can establish some sort of connection without being that way. But again, to the guy who's trying to really get the most out of life, who wants to travel and go to fucking, I have a guy who I just spoke with. He was about to sign up for a boot camp and he's about to go to Spain. He's about to go to Spain for 10 days with a couple of his buddies. And he was talking about how like they go on these trips and they don't talk about it, but they all know that they're there to fuck. Like they want to get laid. And he's like, we go and like, no one really does. Like, we don't ever like get laid. And I go, yeah, man, like you're going to keep going to Spain and you're going to come home with your little pictures of you skydiving and whatever. And that's cool. Those are great life experiences. But how much better is Spain going to be if you man the fuck up, grow some balls, command attention, meet some chicks and get your dick sucked? It's going to be a completely different life memory that you look back on 100 times more fondly.